Okay, so now we have covered this project panel. Okay, and then activities panel. So we know already, right? Like based on this functionalities only, we are going to develop our automation, right? So this is activities panel. Okay, so now similar to other programming language, what is the first program which we learn? Hello world, right? So
Hello world.
similarly, like here also we will try to display the message to us, that is to the end user. Okay, so to do that, like if you want to display anything to the user, right, you will be having an activity called message box. Okay, so that will be available system dialog, means it is going to send some prompt, right? So, and inside that dialog, we will be having something called as message box activity. And if you guys hover over that activity, right, you will be getting the description also what that activity is going to do. And here you can see it is going to display a message box with whatever the text that we are going to specify. Okay, so now I told you two ways, right? One is double clicking on this activity, and the other one is just dragging and dropping, right? So now we have dragged and dropped the activity, and here it is asking us to give the value, whatever value that we want to display, that value we have to pass over here. And you can see there is some instruction also been given. What it is giving, text must be quoted. Okay, so here comes to the data type. Okay, so what are all the data types that we know on major, on high level?
String, boolean,
Okay, okay.
integer,
Mhm.
uh, array.
Okay.
Array, it's string only, right? Here,
In array, we can store any same type of data type, right? Like we can either store completely string type of data or integer type of data. So that is array. Okay, fine. And Ashutosh, like any data type that you remember?
character.
Okay. Yeah, fine.
Oh,
Decimal.
sorry, I was.
Like,
Date is another one.
sorry?
Date is another one, right?
Yeah, yeah, date. Correct.
Date time.
Fine. Yeah, yeah. So majorly, like we will be knowing these things, right? So here, if you want to declare or initialize a particular string type of data, right? Like in other programming language, how we will be doing int message, like we will be specifying the data type first, and then we will be giving the variable name. Post that, we will be assigning some values to it, right? So in Java, like how we will be assigning, so it has to be enclosed within the double quotes. If it is of type string, then it has to be enclosed within double quotes, right? Similarly, here also in UiPath, if you want to have a string type of data, right, again it should be enclosed within double quotes. Okay, so it should data type of string should be enclosed within double quotes. And here what we are going to mention, like we want to display the message hello world, right? Hello world is of type string or what? Integer, boolean, what is the data type of hello world?
String.
Yeah, so it has to be enclosed within double quotes, right? So that's why it is given as text must be quoted. Okay, so I'll be giving us hello world. So now our job done. Okay, so if you are not giving within double quotes, right, then it will throw you the compiler error. Okay, so as you can see, it is giving compiler error. What it is telling, hello is not declared. It is thinking like hello is a variable. Okay, so that's why it is telling like hello is not declared. Okay, but this is a string, so we'll enclose within double quotes, and then we'll do control s. Control s is for saving the changes. Okay, and here also you have the option Okay, if you want to go with the UI level, you can click here, or else you can use the shortcut Control S, like in Excel or in Word we used to do, right? So now it is done. And if you want to run it, you have to click on this debug file. Okay, so under this also, like it is also again a drop down field, so I'll tell you what are all those available under this particular thing. And for now, just focus on this, like what it did. Like after execution, a separate prompt has been shown, right? Now we are seeing that prompt only, right? It is giving us title as message and something it is giving, but it is like shown as dot dot dot. And then whatever message that we have given over here, that has been popped out. And then one button is also there. Okay, and currently what we are doing, we are manually clicking on OK, or we are going to click on this particular close button. Okay, once we click on close, execution stopped. And here is the output panel. Okay, so here you will be able to see the list of actions that happened. Okay, hello world execution started. Hello world execution is nothing but our project name. Okay, process name, hello world execution started and then ended, and in this much of duration it got ended. That also you will be able to see in the output panel. Okay, but what it was doing, like once the prompt has been opened, some manual action needs to be taken, right? Like we have to click on OK, right? But if you wish to close that automatically, how you can do that? Okay, so here on the right hand side, you will be having something called as properties panel. Maybe you will be having over here, or you will be having on the sidebar. Okay, so the properties panel is also one important panel. Okay, like activities or project panel, it is also an important panel. Okay, so this message box, right? For this message box, these are all the properties available. How I am telling, like this is the property for this message box. On the top, you can see uipath.core.activities.message box. So for this message box, these are all the properties which are available. Okay, and here on the input section, you can see automatically close after. What it is going to do, if we give 3 seconds, right, the prompt will get closed automatically after 3 seconds. Okay, so let's check it out. So let me click on debug file, and I will place my cursor over here only, and I'll be not doing anything. After the prompt opens, right, it will get closed automatically after 3 seconds. See, it got closed automatically, and you can see the execution time also over here. Okay, if you wish to close automatically, you can use this property of message box. Okay, and here you have buttons. Earlier, like when we ran our bot, we were able to see only one button, that is OK button, right? If you want to have some other buttons also, here are the list of buttons which is available. For now we'll go with yes and no. Okay, so now we will be getting yes no button in the prompt. Okay, and again, I am telling you, like this message box and all will be not going to use in our real automation. Just it is the start, or we can say it is a base. Okay, and if you notice one more thing, like when we ran our bot, like what is the window title? The window title is message box, right? And if you wish to change that message box to some other value, then you can change it by tweaking this property caption. Okay, so here you can see the title of the message box dialog, right? And instead of message box, I want to have only message. Okay, so the message is of type, what data type is this? Of type boolean, integer, string, what it is?
String.
So if it is of type string,
Double
then
quotes.
it should be enclosed within double quotes, right? Yes, correct. So will give us message.
And what about the display name on top?
Display name is just for our understanding. Like, see, if I change this display name, right, message box to
Hmm.
message. As soon as I
Okay.
change there, here it will
Okay.
be getting reflected. Okay, it is
Not
just
on
the
the that box. Okay. Okay.
yeah. Every activity will have its own display name. See, now I am dragging this assign activity, and it has its own display name.
Hmm.
Okay,
Okay. Okay. The visible name. Okay.
yeah, correct.
And
And yeah,
it's just for closing, automatic close. We can't have that. Like we need to click on OK or cancel. Automatic
no, no,
clicking on
no,
OK.
no,
It will just
it's
close.
not. Yeah, it will just close.
But if
Just it's like we will be not going to use this message boxes in real time automation, right? Like
mm,
if it is going to close automatically, like after 3 seconds, why we need to have this? Because why we use message box to display something to the end user. That
mm,
for that reason only we will be using message box, right? If it is going to get closed automatically after 3 seconds, what's the point of having this message box? No use at all, right?
yeah.
So just for the starting purpose, like we'll be having this thing. Okay, we'll see this thing.
Mhm.
And for debugging purpose also, like we can use the message box activity without automatically close after, so that we can see what value we are getting. And you can see now, like the message box title has been changed to message. Okay, so this is what we can do with the message box.